absorption of carbohydrate, and you see absorption of carbohydrate, almost all carbohydrate except fructose. All carbohydrate are absorbed by one method, only one method. That method is called secondary active transport. All monosaccharides are absorbed by this method, secondary active transport. Only fructose is absorbed by facilitated diffusion. What is facilitated diffusion? Diffusion mediated by
ion channels.
A channel. Okay, channel. So this is a facilitated diffusion. Whenever we call diffusion, it is actually the process that does not require energy, and this is a process that requires energy. Secondary active transport means the process that requires energy. This means the process does not require energy, and this, the molecule name is GLUT5. GLUT means glucose transporter 5. This GLUT5 transport fructose, F4 fructose, F4 5. You can remember that way. F4 fructose, F4 5. Now you can see here secondary active transport is done by a channel called SGLT. So actually GLT is glucose transporter, as for sodium glucose transporter. This is sodium glucose transporter, and that we will talk about this. Okay, we will talk about this secondary active transport, and later we will also talk about this GLUT. We will actually classify this glucose transporter. Facilitated, we will talk about facilitated diffusion. Now you can see here, so glucose from intestine, it is absorbed by this GLUT, S-GLUT. So what is this? Sodium dependent glucose transporter. So this is a secondary active transport channel. Glucose and galactose means monosaccharide except fructose. Glucose and galactose are transported from its lower concentration to higher concentration. Active transport means the concentration gradient is the transportation happens against concentration gradient. You see the concentration from lower to upper. You know, if you have to pump water also from here to here, you need energy, electricity. The same way our cell, when our cell has to transport something from lower concentration to higher concentration, it requires energy. So this is an ATP dependent process. But secondary active transport, what does secondary active transport means? This is one is active transport, that is primary.
No energy needed.
Secondary active
Uses energy of primary.
First of active need energy. Second, not needing energy.
This does not need energy.
The secondary
Does not need energy.
Yeah.
So see, whenever we call active, this means it requires energy. Okay. So this primary active is utilize energy directly. This require and utilize energy indirectly, secondarily. So this primary and secondary refers to energy utilization process. Primary means primary utilization of energy. The molecule itself utilizes energy. But in secondary active transport, the molecule that transports does not utilize energy. Rather, the transport is driven by some other molecule that utilize energy. Did you get that?
Yes, yes.
It is indirect. It is indirect utilization. Secondary active is, in both cases, utilization of ATP will be there. But in secondary active transport, indirect. You can see this is an SGLT. This is SGLT. S-GLUT. You can see S-GLUT. So sodium dependent glucose transporter. You can see this is a symport. You must have studied about symport and antiport. What does symport means? It will transport glucose and sodium. As the name suggests, sodium dependent glucose transporter. So sodium and glucose is transported together. Okay. Monosaccharide can only be transported. This is the monosaccharide, it will be transported, not polysaccharide.
I'm talking about diffusion.
So diffusion, it will not happen. The glucose will not be transported through diffusion. Glucose is transported in enterocyte, in intestine, it is transported through active transport from lower concentration to higher concentration.
Right. Okay, but they still need a protein to transport them through the membrane, right?
It requires, whenever we talk about active transport, it will always done by protein. When we talk about passive transport is of two types. One is simple passive. Simple passive does not require protein. But facilitated diffusion again will require protein. Okay, you have passive transport. This is active transport. Okay, so there are two types of. This is passive is diffusion.
Yeah.
And this is facilitated diffusion. Okay, facilitated diffusion. Actually, fructose is the only molecule that is transported through facilitated diffusion.
Okay.
Okay, but glucose, there is two types of active transporter: primary active, and then secondary active. So glucose is transported through glucose and galactose transported through secondary active transport. Secondary active means indirect utilization of energy. Here, direct utilization of energy. So see, when you see this, it will be clear. Can you see this glucose and sodium being transported simultaneously?
I get it now that you rephrased that fructose is the only one that can diffuse through the membrane. Now
Yes. Okay, then. So you can see this glucose and sodium being transported simultaneously. This is called symport. Okay, symport. This is secondary active transport. Do you see this molecule, SGLT molecule? This molecule utilizing any ATP? Be quick to reply.
No.
No, you don't see. You don't see. So now you can see that ATP is utilized by this molecule. This is actually the lumen of intestine, and this is the surface where blood vessels are there. Here absorption will happen. Now here you can see this is called luminal surface. This is called basal surface. You can see in basal surface, you can see sodium potassium pump, and this here, can you see here utilization of energy? Now this energy is utilized, and what will happen? This sodium will pump this energy by utilizing this ATP. Sodium will be pumped outside from the cell. This sodium will be pumped outside of the cell, and in that fashion, what will happen inside? Sodium vacuum. You know, sodium vacuum. When you create a vacuum somewhere, what will happen? There will be suction pressure will be created, and because of this suction pressure, sodium will be absorbed. So
it's like replacement.
Yes, it is replacement. This is like replacement. Whenever you, like in a tube also, if you suck air, you put that tube into water. If you suck air, water will come. Water will fill the space. The same way, sodium will be thrown out, will be pumped outside by utilizing energy. Because of this utilization of energy, sodium is pumped, and this pumping will create sodium vacuum. And because of this sodium vacuum, this will be sucked sodium. And this is how with sodium, glucose will also enter. Now energy is being utilized here to create vacuum inside. Because of this vacuum, this is being absorbed. That is why this is called secondary active. Energy is utilized by other molecule, and that utilized energy is actually driving this absorption. Indirect utilization of energy, absorption because of indirect utilization of energy. So you can remember. So this is the sodium potassium ATP is utilizing energy to drive this absorption. Now this is symport. SGLT is a symport, sodium and glucose symport. And through this process, glucose and also galactose are absorbed. ORS has, you will see in ORS, you will see sodium. And then at the same time, you will see glucose also. Because these channels cannot absorb sodium only. It needs glucose also for absorption of sodium. And the same for glucose also. For glucose absorption, it requires sodium. For sodium absorption, it requires glucose. That is why this both has to be together. For absorption of either, this both has to be together. So that is why this is the basis. This is the basis of this formulation of ORS solution. You can see sodium and glucose are together, and then other things are added. So this has to be together. So did you understand the basis of ORS formulation?
Yes.
This is the basis of
Is
ORS.
that something you're saying?
Yes. Yes, tell me.
Because of the dependence of glucose and
Yes.
sodium.
Yes, dependent on each other, and that is why they have to be together. So they say, I will enter with you and you will enter with me. So if I am alone, I will not enter. If I am alone, I will not enter. So they should be together. Pass is given when they are together. Got that?
So you mean sodium and glucose, they have to be together always?
Yes, always for absorption. You can see absorption of other sugars. Other sugars absorption, galactose is absorbed the same way as glucose. And this fructose is absorbed by, as I have already told you, GLUT5. It is a facilitated diffusion. Now, after absorption, after this glucose is absorbed from intestine, it is absorbed, it will enter into circulation. Okay, from circulation it will have to reach tissue. It will have to reach inter tissue. So from circulation to tissue, because circulation will have very high concentration of glucose, that and tissue there is low concentration of glucose, and because of this concentration gradient, high to low, this transport of glucose does not need active transport. So transport will happen through facilitated diffusion. So in tissue, transport of glucose will happen through this GLUT transport. In intestine, through secondary active transport. In tissues, for example, once the glucose reach blood vessels, so in tissue, in muscle, if it has to enter into muscle tissue, if it has to enter into adipose tissue, it will enter through this facilitated diffusion. Did you get that? In intestine, secondary active transport, and then in tissue, facilitated diffusion. So for facilitated diffusion, the different tissue have a different kinds of molecule. You can see. So as GLUT is, it is present in intestinal mucosa. This is secondary active. Now these are facilitated diffusion. So GLUT1 is present in RBC. So you will have to memorize this 1 and 1. 2 is present in this. You will have to memorize where this GLUT1 and GLUT2. First, let me talk about this GLUT2. I will give you a trick. So you can see GLUT2 is present where?
In pancreatic and liver?
Liver and pancreatic beta cell. So you can see beta. Beta is second number. Second number of Greek alphabet. And you can see liver. This liver has 2 lines. So can you make like this?
Are we supposed to make like this in the test question?
Not test question. I'm giving, this is a trick to memorize. This is a memorization trick.
Okay.
This is not a class of like a theory. It is a trick.
Okay.
So that you will always remember liver means
2 lines.
GLUT2. Did you understand this?
Yes.
Liver means GLUT2. Liver means GLUT2. Beta cell means GLUT2. Okay?
Got it.
Got it? So GLUT2 is present in liver and pancreatic beta cell. Remember, liver and pancreatic beta cell. And this is one of the most important, one of the important. And you can see GLUT2 has low affinity. What does it mean? When glucose concentration becomes very high, then only glucose will enter liver and pancreatic beta cell. When glucose concentration is very high, then only glucose enter. At low concentration, because this have low affinity, it will not enter. Glucose will not enter. So this is the meaning. GLUT2 has low affinity. Remember this. Okay. Now let's see directly GLUT4. So two are very important, GLUT2 and GLUT4. That is why I have shaded it with different color. You can see. So GLUT4 is present where? Where?
In the
Skeletal?
cardiac
Skeletal muscle memory.
In the muscle, skeletal cardiac muscle. So how do you remember? I'll give you trick. So what is this number?
4.
0.
Don't you see 4?
4, yeah.
Oh,
What does bodybuilder do? Bodybuilder does this.
But you're resting your head on your, resting your arm on your head. So it's
Just
4.
I am putting so that it will, you will see this is 4.
Okay.
So this is how you can, this is just a trick
Mhm.
to memorize, okay? Because you will confuse. So
Okay.
GLUT4 is present in muscle. So will you remember? I'm not
Yes.
showing my body. I'm not showing my muscle. I'm just giving you trick. Okay. So will you memorize GLUT4 is present in muscle?
Yeah.
And then muscular, both GLUT4 is present in muscular and fat people, both. So adipocyte. They are opposite thing, you can remember easily. So muscle and adipocyte, GLUT4 is present. And this is insulin responsive glucose transporter. Once you eat glucose, insulin increases in the body, and then entry of glucose into muscle increases. That is why GLUT4 is insulin responsive, and GLUT2 is, you can see GLUT2 is the beta cell of pancreas will secrete the insulin. GLUT2 is low affinity and GLUT4 is insulin responsive. I want to memorize this. So will you memorize this too?
Yes, doctor. Yes, sure.
Sure. So GLUT2 and GLUT4. And you know GLUT5 is fructose. It is for fructose. GLUT1, GLUT2, only what is remained is GLUT1 and 3. What is remained here is, here you can see GLUT1 and GLUT3 is brain. You can see one erythrocyte also, 1 and 3 brain. They are high affinity. So if you remember 2 and 4, then you can easily remember 1 and 3 and 5. So this is how you remember GLUT4.